To continue, Bassi Legani, the first Maamar, we're continuing Hey, where we started to explain the concept of tzuvos and what it was specifically in the time of Yeshua. In the time of Moshe Rabbeinu, there was the ultimate tzuvos havaya, Yeshua, and like the idea that Moshe Rabbeinu refused to accept an angel, as we'll explain shortly, Be'ezras Hashem. Yeshua did accept an angel in order to do the avodah, starting from havaya tzuvos. Then, as a result, you get to level 2, which is tzuvos on its own. Ois hu batzava delay, meaning Hashem is a sign inside his hosts and armies. And then there's the third level that, as a result, you reach the ultimate, which is tzuvos havaya. And so to explain this, so the Rebbe brings here from the Tzemach Tzedek that there's 3 levels. The ultimate, as the Rebbe is explaining now, is tzuvos havaya. The ultimate is that havaya, tzuvos, meaning the hosts, and the concept of hosts means the reality of a world. Meaning the following: when there is only godliness, that's havaya, Hashem. Godliness, that's atzilus. Where godliness is revealed and there is nothing else. The concept of tzuvos means the necessity for a war, so to speak. The necessity for a war, meaning there is opposition, there is concealment, which that is when there's the curtain, which enables there to be the worlds of Biyah, Bria, Yitzira, Asiya. There's a tzimtzum. The light is hidden. There's able to be an existence that has to be fought over. The ultimate, the ultimate level that can be reached is when tzuvos havaya, when this existence that has to be fought over, the worlds that exist, they're completely bottled, they're completely nullified to the truth of Shem Havaya, of godliness. But in order to get there, one has to go through the levels. Level 1, havaya tzuvos, meaning that godliness is drawn down, the power from Hashem is given down into the world in order to enable us to be victorious and to win over the other side, so to speak, to win over the concealment. That is the meaning of the first level, which is havaya tzuvos. So that's what we're saying, that the atzilus is a lakus. Havaya tzuvos is the way the light comes down into Biyah. And we continue halfway through, I say, Hine. First, there has to be havaya tzuvos, like we said, that Hashem gives the power to win over the concealment, both in a person and as a result in the world in general. As a result, you come to the concept of tzuvos itself, which means oisu. Hashem is a sign inside his armies, inside his hosts. That's the idea of drawing down Atzilus into Biyah. In avodah of a person, this means the concept of amshachas yichud elah b'yichud tata, of bringing down the yichud elah into yichud tata. The shem ze gilu hanevim sheyumshach oira atzilus b'biyah ad shemagim gam lebchinas tzuvos havaya k'mo Moshe shehu kipnei chama v'hu gilui atzilus. Which means that the first level was the power to win the war. The power that comes from above, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Ezra Hashem, helps the person win over, be victorious over the concealment of the world. The second concept is Oisu Batzava delay, drawing down Atzilus, godliness, or like we said in Avodah, the Yichud, the realization that there's only Hashem and nothing else, into Yichud Tata, so it should shine not only the power that comes to win over, that's the first idea of havaya tzuvos, but rather more than that, to actually bring into the world, even in Yichud Tata, in a world where there is another existence, so to speak, the realization that in truth there's Yichud Elah, in truth it's all Hashem. Until one can reach the ultimate point of tzuvos havaya, where the tzivos becomes completely batel to Havaya, which that's what the Nevi'im were bringing down in order to get to the idea of Pnei Moshe Pnei Chama, which is there should be Gilui of Atzilus. Now what does that mean? Let's explain it in general. What does it mean? Pnei Moshe Pnei Chama. The face of Moshe was like the face of the sun. Pnei Yeshua was Pnei Levan, and the face of Yeshua was like the face of the moon. What's Moshe Rabbeinu? Moshe Rabbeinu, it says that in all other people, Avram, psik taima begaveh. When the Torah mentions the name Avram twice, then the way it's read is Avraham, meaning that there's an interruption between the first Avram and the second Avram. When it says the name of someone twice, it's referring to, the first one is the way he is in the spiritual world, the second one is the way he is in the physical world. Avram Avinu was a neshama of Atzilus. He was a spiritual soul. Even the way he was in this world, he was a neshama of Atzilus. There was a merkava, a complete chariot to the oneness of Hashem. There was nothing else in his world. However, you still can't compare the Avram, the way he is in Atzilus itself, in the place where his neshama comes from, and the way he is in the physical world, where there still existed something else. It wasn't a full concept of nothing but Hashem. Even down in this world, he was a neshama of Atzilus, but there still was a world. There was a separation between the way he is above and the way he is down here. Whereas Moshe lipsik time of the when it says Moshe twice, Moshe the way he's in Atzilus and Moshe the way he's down here is the same Moshe. Moshe Rabbeinu is the one that was able to be in this physical world the same way he is in the world of Atzilus, where even in this physical world he saw only godliness, nothing else. And that's why it was Moshe who was able to bring the Torah to the Jewish people. Moshe was able to bring the Torah to the world, because bringing the Torah means bringing into the world the realization into our physical world that there's nothing else but Hashem. And that's why Moshe Rabbeinu didn't accept a malach, he didn't accept an angel. Because he said, all there is in my world is Hashem, there's nothing else. Moshe refused to accept an angel. An angel, yes, it's an angel, a messenger of Hashem, but Moshe said, I want, and my mission and my ability to reveal to the Jewish people is that there's only Hashem and nothing else. Nevertheless, Moshe Rabbeinu wasn't able to go into Eretz Yisrael. Pnei Moshe kipnei Chama, the face of Moshe was like the face of the sun. The sun meaning the glow of the shine, which reveals the essence of godliness and nothing else. But to come into Eretz Yisrael, into the physical world, into Aretz, into the physical world where one has to work in the world, for that there needed to be Yeshua. Pnei Yeshua kipnei Levan is like the moon which is only accepting that light, a changing light, and be able to then bring the world to its completion. Which the same idea was by Matan Torah. At the time of Matan Torah, there was a revelation of Ata Reisel Adas Kavayu Olakim Einad Milvadi. There was nothing else. There was a revelation that all there is Hashem, and the whole world felt the truth of godliness. But it was only temporary. After Matan Torah, that essence of godliness removed, and now we have to, through our avodah, bring the world through our work to that revelation, which will be when Mashiach comes, when once again that truth, the way it was by Matan Torah, will be revealed fully in the world. But it's up to us to bring it there. And it's the same idea of why Moshe Rabbeinu already had the revelation of Tzivos Havaya. There's nothing but godliness. The sun, the full revelation that the Tzivos, the worlds, are completely bottled to Havaya. Moshe Rabbeinu didn't have the name Tzivos. He didn't have the idea of seeing the world as a separate existence. But that's not enough. That's only for the beginning of the Avodah of showing what the ultimate is, where we're supposed to reach. Then there came Yeshua and later on the Nevi'im, and their mission was to, yes, take the Malach, to yes take the tzvahs, to yes get involved in the world and go step after step. First, by the first step of having a world which conceals over godliness and receiving that power from above in order to win over it. Then step 2 of being able to reveal the godliness in the world, Yichud Elah, into Yichud Atah, until eventually reaching the ultimate of Tzivei Savaya, which was the way it was in the time of Moshe, but now reaching it through these levels in Avodah. Now the Rebbe continues to understand this concept. The difference between these two concepts of Tzivei Savaya and Havaya Tzvais, well, derech ha'hefresh sheben beinei fanim hanal shebimilchama. This is similar to what we mentioned earlier, the difference between the two types of war. Lishlol shalal v'lav izvaz ay b'shvil hanitzachon, to win spoils or in order to be victorious in the war. The b'chinas Havaya Tzvais, the idea of Havaya Tzvais, and by extension, also, Oisu Batzava delay is also this concept. It hasn't yet reached the ultimate. There still is an opposition. There still is a concealment of the world. Tzva is something that has to be won over. So we don't win over it fully. We refine and elevate the sparks of Kedusha which are on the other side. That's winning spoils. That's the concept of Havaya Tzvais. There is a world, but Hashem gives me the power to overcome it, or even a higher level of Oisu Batzava delay, to reveal the essence of godliness in this world. But it's not fully revealed that there's nothing but Hashem. So therefore, it's winning spoils. There still is something else. It's not only godliness and nothing else. There still is something which I'm winning over. What's the ultimate of the Aveda of a person that they should be fully won over? That the existence of the other side should be completely nullified. That's the meaning of Tzivei Savaya. There is no other existence other than godliness. Tzivais is completely bottled to Havaya. The way it is in the Avodah of a person, of these two aspects, is the way that Rebbe Marash explains these two concepts is the Avodah of Iskafia, of subduing the bad, and the Avodah of Iskafia, transforming the bad. In the Avodah of the Iskafia, it's not yet fully Netzach. It's just winning in a way of which is still a defined way, meaning gaining spoils, that there is still another side. You don't fully win over it. You refine the sparks of it. That's the idea of the Avodas HaBirurim, where the person is called a worker in present tense. Not in past tense. He didn't win over the animal soul through his behaving the way he should. That everything he does in the physical world is for the sake of heaven. He's refining, he's elevating the sparks from the Gashmis itself, but he still didn't totally win over the Gashmis. That's the idea of winning spoils from the enemy. The second level of Aveda that Rabbi Marash explains, is that the person completely transforms the bad into good. The entire existence of bad becomes completely nullified to an insach in the victory where it doesn't exist at all. Where there's only Hashem, where bad is now transformed into good. Like the Avodah of Tzadikim, Eved, he's called a servant, meaning past tense. He's no longer working. There's no need for a war anymore. The existence of the other side became totally nullified. It no longer exists. Vizui Mailas Moshe al Yeshua, and this is the advantage of Moshe over Yeshua, like we mentioned. Dipnei Yeshua kipnei levana sheyesh bashinuyim, as we explained earlier, the face of Yeshua is like the moon, that there are changes in it. Mashen kipnei Moshe, kipnei chama shein bashinuyim. Moshe is like the sun that has no changes. There's no need for a war anymore. Doing in Sivei Savaya, v'lo Havaya tzvos. That's the idea of Tzivei Savaya, which is the complete nullification, where everything is completely nullified to the oneness of Hashem. The way a person starts is with Havaya tzvos. Person has to eat the bread by the sword, meaning grab out the spoils, the sparks of kedusha. The ultimate aveda, who aveda the skafia, in Yishavcha v'nitzach, in his complete transformation, victory, netzach, is to completely transform the world. That's the aveda of Yishavcha.